And with that, I could have... Oh, that's very nice. In some games, if your units get pulled into a fight, they effectively lose their turn. But in this case, because Army of Bobby wasn't the one to instigate the fight, it can still move. So that means we can go over here. Auto combat. Let's see what you can do. You're going to lose us an Arcane Guard. I refuse to accept this. Okay. Occam has a lot of unicorn friends. I see. Occam has been enjoying the spice, it seems. Hey, Killzone, thank you ever so much for that gift sub there. That's super kind of you. Thank you, mate. We must find stronger puppers, indeed. We're fighting a bone wyvern. Dragon unit. It is elite. Has +2 vision range. Can move in any terrain at a movement cost of 5. Large target, 20% easier to hit with physical range and magic attacks. Has charge resistance, has demolisher. Undead. An undead unit. Resistance to blight and frost. Can't lose morale and is immune to being poisoned. Cruel weaponry. Plus 30% damage against units with morale of low or worse. Okay. Well, thankfully we tend not to have low morale. They've got a couple of bone golems. That shouldn't be an issue for us. How far can you move, though? You can come quite close. As can all of you. Let's get in close, then. Archers. Nightmare. Let's get you up there. And get you over here. Now, this is not a stronger group because I don't have the means to summon as much. Like, I'm used to being able to summon in a couple of cannon fodder units, effectively. That won't be the case here. Or at least not as much. The mark as prey, but honestly I would like to mark you as prey. But I think we're probably going to go for you. Got those star blades in. Alright, first and foremost, web. See if I can get you all immobilized. Oh, the dragon is immobilized. Perfect. Okay, so you are completely vulnerable then. Now, my concern here is I want to move from this direction to attack. Because my charge gains 20 damage per hex traveled up to 3 hexes. So right now it will be 33. Let's see if this counts travel that I do in a... Oh yeah, it does. So this actually gives me a little bit... This gives me the same bonus. So I can just move in multiple steps. That's good. On Killzone, thank you very much for another 2 gift subs. That's super kind of you. Thank you. Super duper kind of you. Now, watch what happens when a bone golem gets messed up. All the bones that were in the cage get let out. Cheating, really, when you think about it, but here we are. Don't need to worry too much about them. This is all temporary hit points. You just need to get that last bit down, basically. I'm going to target's mark. And follow up with an attack. I should have done that first, actually. Let's move in nice and close. Some solid damage. Now it's that turn over. Right, they ate the body, scallywags. Right, they're no longer immobilized, which is a problem for me. Oh, I should have done something else, actually. I'm silly. I wanted to cast a spell. You've already eaten the corpse, though. Scoundrel. Alright, well. Let's disorient you. Oh, that's going to give you a nice charge bonus. I'm very, very thankful for the fact that that bonus builds up. Let's take you out. Release the Scallybros. Now. From there I'll have a 100% chance to hit, so I may as well go for that because I'll get a load more damage. We're getting stronger with each hit. All that's going to be left is the dragon in a moment. Oh, never mind. They managed to avoid the worst of that. Well done them. Oh, we got a lucky kill. Nice. Okay. Arden Drod, thank you very much for the 35 months. Hey Aavak, hope you and Sheila are well. Should I play Age of Wonders 1 to 3 first? That is absolutely not required. Not in any way, shape or form. You can completely enjoy this game without having played that one first. High morale. Now you can't retaliate. Have the nightmare finish you off as revenge. Okay. Lost a bit of health, but overall not too bad. We did better than would have done otherwise. And we got a satirical orb. Despair. Base 60% chance of inflicting despair for 3 turns. This unit loses 5 morale at the end of its turn. Ooh, wow. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. That is, no joke, quite a good weapon. Have I got someone using an orb? You do. I would like to switch that, because this one just does electric damage. Yeah. How does healing work with multiple person units? Once the healing has gone above the threshold needed, a unit reappears, as far as I'm aware. Level 5 reached. Summon Dead. Summons 3 tier 1 undead. Rallying Blessing. Friendly units of 1 hex radius gain Rally. Gains 5 morale at the end of the turn. Boosted defense and bolstered resistance. Virulent Outbreak. Enemy units in a 2 hex radius have 90% chance of becoming diseased and a 90% chance of becoming poisoned. Oh, that one is nice. Demon Step. All mana unchained. I mean, we're all going to become undead, and so all my heroes, it makes sense for them to have the summon undead ability, and like this, the undead leader perk. Aavak, I blame you for the 50 hours in X4 recently. Guilty as charged, I guess. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it though, mate. What do you think, chat? Summon Undead or Virulent Outbreak? Those are the two that I'm tempted to go for. Demon Step allows you to teleport and deals damage to adjacent units when you land. But this is a ranged unit, a ranged hero, so that I don't think I'll be going for that one. Yeah, summon undead is basically summon cannon fodder. However, that being said, those tier 1 spearmen can be quite powerful. Yeah, having the ability to add some more cannon fodder to the battle allows my archers to have a bit more protection. Oh, good night, Carrion Colorwraith. You're range heavy. You're a ranged hero, and you are probably going to end up with more ranged units. The elemental, you don't get to pick which one. It'll be a random elemental, could be a stone, but it'll be a full-sized elemental, not the small elemental. So it will have lots of powerful abilities. A tier 3. But you get to choose, Mokum. Yeah, cannon fodder or personal guard, basically. The chaff. Okay, summon undead it is. Let's see. Sentinel first strike. I mean, it wouldn't matter because you're not going to be able to attack well with first strike because you're ranged. But with that then, Soul Collector, base attacks can inflict soulbound. True Sight can see invisible or camouflage unit. I think Soul Collector for now. Well, that was a good fight. I feel you did well. I would like to pick up a Necromancer if I can. Got another Glade Runner on the go. A Necromancer there would be great though. So let's go for a Necromancer after that Glade Runner. As for you, we're going to have a little poke around, but not going to go too much further forward. We're going to want to head back over to Albedo to pick up the Necromancer shortly. This group is going to be making its way back to Anubis Den. And Drop Table, I think, will head off. I think we're going to have you head up and meet with Bulby. Down in the Wizard Tower wouldn't be a bad thing. But for now, I think the money is more important, so you just keep working on that. I could summon a wild animal, but no, I've got way too much mana problems as it is. We've got a couple of places working on building up mana production, so it shouldn't be a massive problem for too long. Okay, they've started a war, good to know. They have made a defensive pact, that's our ally, good to know. Okay, let it be known that Asgera Spine Splitter has crossed me. Okay. Has an affinity province improvement. She is not to be trusted. The monolith can now be built. Yeah, get that on the go. Orders required. Get you back up here. And once you get you up there... Actually, did the skeletons become anything? When they level up? Well, they get, like, a good retaliation, but... They... By the way, our skeletal units do have leaf skin. And animal kinship. They just don't have any fur to have, you know? But they've now got the green eyes. I think that's kind of amazing. In and of itself, I think that's pretty cool. Let's poke around down here a bit, find out what there is to find out. Not too much. This area is pretty desolate. Okay. Well, make your way back up here then. Over time. As for you, get ye over there. And as for you, get ye over there. Hopefully they don't activate on us, but we'll see. How are things going here? I could summon a spirit guardian. Sorry, spirit wolf. I mean, it's not a bad unit in and of itself. If I merge it in my main group with Bobby, it would probably be worth it. This is definitely now worth it for us. Oh, wow, yes, that was an amazing reduction, actually. Truly marvelous, in fact. So that's going to be cast on the first turn. That would be useful for us. Instantly gain 1,000 mana. Gain knowledge whenever a unit gains rank. Wow, that would be good. Since we do rank up our heroes quite a lot. But what would I lose out of Bobby's group to make that happen is the question. I guess the Soother? I don't really want to lose our healing, though. We'll see. Take care, drop table. You have a good night, mate. Okay, they've gone to war. Good to know. Good to see that they're fighting. It's going to drain their resources. They've started a war. Good to know. Let me know, the Sinren Toliath has crossed me. Well, they happen to be my only ally, so that's not going to change anything. We definitely want to get that as soon as we can. I also want to get another outpost, frankly. Probably somewhere around here. Can annex another province down here. That means I'm going to be plomping down another conduit. As we very much want that mana. Do you know how frustrating it is that I was about to say, hey, you know, I've got this unit now, so this is good, yes? Only to have a new unit show up, and it's like, haha, by the way. On the plus side, the amount of creatures that we have down here is really helping. You can leave. This realm is entirely guarded by the animals, which I think is great. Actually, I want the spider to go back. I've just got a random roaming group. They can move down there, reinforce this place. You continue with your movement. Not by animals, but by spiders. Shush. The game considers them animals. Right, you are significantly more terrifying than you used to be. Holy crap. Okay, so you're a problem by yourself. You're a problem. The Scald, I have no idea about, so let's have a look at you. Other than looking amazing. Support unit. Heat of the Revel. Single magical attack. Demolisher Focus of Devastation grants magic attacks of enchanted units Demolisher, which allows them to destroy fortified obstacles. A base 60% chance of cancelling defense modes. Oof. Decay, Misfortune, Insanity. This unit is uncontrollable and will attack random units within certain range. Dear God. Song of Carnage, friendly units in a 1 hex radius, gains 2 strength and 2 fortune. Song of Revelry, Rally, Hastened, Regeneration. My God, you're terrifying. And then on top of that, you've got these, 2 of these, tier 5 units. It's Lishi. Shepherd of the Wilds. Friendly animal and plant units are fearless. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so I think we're going to need a lot more units up here for this fight. Like, desperately so. I'm going to bring everyone up for it. Might even summon a wild animal. I don't want to be a tier... a small chance of a tier 2 with that. Okay, so we'll wait her turn. Your citizens in Albedo host a celebration during which they placate the dead, so their deceased loved ones may rest peacefully. And their deceased loves. You know, because we don't discriminate. The magistrate explains, to keep the dead from rising and wreaking havoc, our citizens share stories and happiness during festivities around the city's crypt. That way, the deceased know we're doing fine without them, and they can continue their journey without needing to come back and haunt us. Your blessing would hallow this celebration, O Emperor. Would you share a few words for our fallen brethren? I mean, they're gonna be joining us soon, but sure, okay. Gains 47 mana per turn. Your sacrifice allowed my empire to prosper. While you rest, others will wake in your stead. One population is powerful. Great cities like Albedo are built because of your sacrifice, or fear not the rising dead. Witness how useful they are. I mean, this is probably, well... This is probably better for Albedo in the long run. What do you think, chat? Does anyone know how to reduce the FPS drop in the main menu? I'm sorry, Master Wolf, I'm not sure about that one. I think we're going to go with population. Before I do anything else, I want to go in here and use the said population. Now, we can hit a lot of things, and one of the things I want to hit is over here, to get a bunch more mana. Of course, getting more research also useful. Yeah. New animal friend. By the way, for those wondering what dictates what kind of animal you get, it's based on the terrain that was captured. The reason why down below we've got a lot of spiders is because we were taking terrain in the underground. And that has by the seams of it, a disproportionately good chance of producing a spider. Alright then. It's now a low-risk battle. Not entirely sure I believe that, but sure. Apparently you're not getting involved. Why not? No, you don't get involved, apparently. Okay, well, you can start off then. Right. Let's see what auto combat can do. Oh, it's 3 armies max. Ah, okay. I didn't know that. That's actually good to know. It'll make me less afraid of doom stacks. They figure we do that with only losing 1 unit? Chat, we're going to watch the replay on this one because I'm tempted to take it. Okay then. Let's have a watch of what you think we do. Just basically made turrets. But yeah, I feel that was an amazing auto result. So we're just going to watch this play out. I want to see how the AI does this. This is the first time I've ever watched an auto battle. Good, they're moving their wild speakers first before summoning. Healing, summoning, good. Okay, you know what? The AI is actually doing a good job so far. Stuff that I didn't anticipate that it would do. But you're going to try and mind control. Are you going to succeed? No. You didn't try to mind control either. This game for new people is way too confusing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Casper. Is there anything you would like to ask? By all means. Either I or chat will be able to help out with it. Also, thank you very much, Velorax, for the 14 months. Deal Convaldio. What we're watching right now is basically an auto battle. As with many games where you can manually fight in combat on the world map, there's a choice to just auto battle it and have the game quickly simulate the battle and tell you how it thinks it went down. However, in this game, if you don't like the result, you can choose to retry. And in this particular instance, I'm quite surprised by how well the auto battle went, so I'm watching the simulation now. So I'm very pleased to say that, well, I started to suspect that this was the case, but quite often in auto battles, I wonder how much it's actually simulating the fight and how much it is in fact just rolling the numbers, rolling some dice to see how well one group would do against another group. But in this one, it does seem that it is actually fully simulating the battle. Yeah, Lord Step, I feel the tutorial is quite decent. It does a tutorial by basically setting you up with an easy campaign. It isn't an on-rails tutorial, but every time you encounter a new concept, it brings up like a tutorial card and a voice over to explain the ins and outs of that. And there are a few very early turns, I think, which are a little bit more on rails. I can speed up the auto battle up in the top right here. I'm choosing not to here because I'm actually sincerely interested in seeing how this plans out, but you can speed it up, yeah. Okay, so that's the unit that went down. Against a Chaos Eater, I'm not at all surprised. And there is a very robust in-game encyclopedia, as Demonworks just mentioned. Outside of this, I'll bring up the encyclopedia just to show you, but you can pretty much just search it for any topics that you're uncertain of. Oh, we're going for you, okay. I mean, it does make sense to try and take out the most dangerous opponent, but... It was a critical hit, though. That was very nice. This is going quite well. Well, I mean, there is a reason to like the OE spiderwebs. One, it is on a cooldown, so you can use it multiple times a battle if you get the chance. But more than anything, it does a lot of damage. It's a genuinely powerful attack. Oh, getting in there with the main character. Okay, that's a dangerous thing to do, but I kind of like it. Moving in more huntsmen. They're really trying to focus down this one unit now. Who are we watching? We're watching ourselves. It was an auto run battle that had a really surprisingly good result. Because I tend to just run auto battle just to see how bad it'll go and then see if I can do better. It's nice to have a basis of comparison, you know? But the end result was surprisingly good. We lost a single unit in the auto run against quite powerful enemies. There's 1 tier 4 and 2 tier 5 units in this fight. As well as, I think there was a tier 3 unit that could use mind control. So I really wasn't expecting anything good to come of it. But instead, what we've got is we lost a single skeleton spearman. Now, we did bring 3 armies into this, so, you know, understand that we did stack the odds as heavily in our favor before we started. But I was so impressed with the result, I wanted to see how that fight went down. And so far, I'm quite impressed by... Oh, I'll take that back. I'm no longer as impressed. That was a wasted attack because it was against something that didn't pose any threat. But still, I am actually enjoying watching this fight go down. Those vines were not any threat. They couldn't have attacked. So the attack we did there should have been against a mobile threatening unit. Yeah, this game is a lot closer to the action than other games in this genre. Yeah, red is way outnumbered. Red was the enemy. They had 6 high value units, and we brought 3 armies of middling value up to, you know, moderately high. Would I recommend it at full price? Well, first and foremost, FYI, I got a key for this from Paradox. Very kind of them. I was offered the key like 2 weeks ago, but I was nursing a case of COVID Arcturus, so that wasn't great. But the fun I've had so far, like even in my downtime outside of streaming and recording, I'm playing this at the moment. So it's always a difficult question to answer when someone asks, you know, would you recommend getting this game at whatever price? But personally, this game would be worth the price to me. Yeah, I've also noticed that the AI goes out of its way to kill vines. Philosaurus. So much so that, honestly, if you get a chance to get one of your characters with the ability to summon those vines, or you get that spell, I would recommend taking it. Because it can dramatically mess up the enemy's ability to deal with you. What's the shortest amount of time you'd recommend for a session? Is this something I could sit down and play for 30 minutes and accomplish something? 30 minutes would be... it depends on the kind of game setup, because, like, if you set up the game in its kind of, like, marathon mode, then everything is slower. And so 30 minutes might not feel like you've got as much done. But in the normal game modes, where the cost of things is adjusted and so on and so forth, I would say you'd have a couple of turns in 30 minutes. Are you and Sheet Up still getting sick, Aavak? Good lord, you've had enough. Actually, Flabbergasted, this time it was I keep inviting the Norwegians over. And this time a Norwegian came over having caught COVID Arcturus in Norway. And then promptly said, what the hell is COVID Arcturus? There's no reports of COVID Arcturus in Norway, and we don't even know that that's a thing. And I was like, so Norway is still at the stage of, there's a depressingly large amount of people getting conjunctivitis these days. These numbers are far, far outside the norm. I wonder what's going on. Stage of COVID Arcturus. Ban the Norwegians from coming over, Aavak. See. Britain tried that once before. It didn't go so well. Just ended up with lots of raided monasteries. But to put it into a bit of a better perspective, I feel that you could, like, my stream yesterday, and this includes all the rambling, all of the explaining, all of the time taken to decide on making a race and stuff like that, was 8 hours long. And bear in mind, it had like an hour-long race creation section. So I'd say the gameplay was 7 hours long. And in that time, we covered about 55 turns. In my offline game, in 2 hours, I covered about 40 turns. So... Indeed, Flabbergasted. That's the real reason. He can't not have company and be friendly. It's in his Welsh blood. Yep. Alright. So we lost one skeleton unit that was a low rank. In exchange, we've leveled up Bulby. We've got our Phoenix to veteran status, our Hunter Spider Matriarch to veteran status, and a Wild Speaker to veteran status. So not bad at all. We'll take that. That was good. Dunk. We gained a bunch of extra food as well. Alright, this group can come over here and take these guys on as well then. Though, I probably need to let them heal a little bit first. And, ooh. Let's replace the skeleton we lost. Or we will do in the next turn. Well, you can hang tight. Hero leveled up though. Level 6 now, which is quite nice. Unholy Leader. While leading Army Leader, non-hero undead units in the army have plus 10% damage. Considering you can summon, or rather turn, and you can do this regularly. Every 2 turns, enemies in a 1 hex radius sustain damage, and all corpses in the 1 hex radius turn into zombies. And that is not a once per fight skill. Let that sink in. Every 2 turns, we can turn dead people into zombies. I approve. Enormously. Staggering levels of approval. Right. Message received. Some would consider your course of action deeply unwise, Bobby, especially if you want to avoid vexing me. Personal dislike for your actions of empires with a larger domain. Look, stop being such a funny bugger. It's not my fault. We're better than you. Plan to answer your call to war. I'm gonna forgive it. Let's improve things a little bit. Five-Forged Stone and Astral Dew. Got Focus Crystals and Archon Blood. Is this only stuff that I've got multiples of? Is there a way for me to see how much of this I've got? Magic materials, there we are. No, I've only got one focus crystal. Yeah, I've actually got very few. Very few items. Let's have a quick look. Negotiate. Got a bunch of items I don't need, though. I could sell it. Sure, I'll take the gold. Territory. No, I don't want to give you any of that. I would like some Astral Dew gives more. Sure, we'll take Fireforged Stone if I can. Yeah, okay. Good enough. Nice. Yeah, there was something in my underground city as well, yeah, that we need to go and deal with. Another ruler was denounced. Goodbye. Other rulers have started a war. Okay. Spells are ready to cast. It is time. It is time. This is what we've been saving all of these souls for all this time. It is time. In 2 turns. 2 turns. Is Age of Wonders 4 a good game to start the game series? Okay, so I've only played... I keep saying I haven't played any of the Age of Wonders before Planetfall, but I actually do think I played like Age of Wonders 3. But it's so long ago I don't remember. Or maybe in Age of Wonders 2 even. But the only one that I have like any time in is Age of Wonders Planetfall. And I thoroughly enjoyed Age of Wonders Planetfall. Like deeply enjoyed it. Age of Wonders 4 to me feels like a... Like... There are things about Planetfall that I prefer over Age of Wonders 4, and things about Age of Wonders 4 that I prefer over Planetfall. I think the difference largely comes down to theming, and the consequence of how it's kind of laid out in a way. I enjoy the more sci-fi aspects of Planetfall and the combinations of teching up in that. But I'm loving the race changes and the almost Heroes of Might and Magic kind of feel that I'm getting from Age of Wonders 4 over Planetfall. Honestly, I would play both games actively still. So if you're asking about the earlier like Age of Wonders 1, 2, 3, all that, I only have what other people have said to go off, and what I've heard from people commenting in chat is that Age of Wonders 4 seems to have taken all of the good bits from Age of Wonders 3 and then filled in the cracks with quality of life improvements.